Although it was very familiar, obviously, but it definitely didn't feel like anything that I'd discovered previously from the story. You know, it's really kind of flipping it on its head by putting, by making the heroine obviously the focus of the film. So yeah, completely fresh to me.
I think it's very much its own thing, and if you think of it thus, then it frees it up when you're doing it. I think if you're sort of saying, oh, this is rooted in something, it stops you making the changes that this new interpretation explores. So yeah, it was very much its own thing.
But the good news is that perhaps the younger people that come to see this film, who are not necessarily familiar, they might want to go back and look at, you know, the original telling of the story and you know, because Shakespeare's not dead.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we definitely wanted it to be something that wasn't for Shakespeare's snobs. So if you are an expert in Hamlet, you'd hopefully delight in the sleight of hand. But if you're not familiar with it, then hopefully it will still be relevant thematically and, yeah, not just to young women, but also to men as well.
You definitely sneak back and have another look, but not get hung up on it, and because it does really feel like a proper reinvention. That yes, we're leaning into that story, but really reforming the characters, particularly Ophelia. I mean, and yeah, I mean, most of the women in Shakespearean stories are, if they're strong, they're mad, and if they're, you know, they're often tragic as well. And Gertrude definitely has madness in her because she's kind of become a victim of her circumstances. But there's something beautiful about this, you know, her seeing the light and the possibility and potential in Ophelia and wanting to have some kind of impact on her life in terms of her reaching her own destiny. And so she was a fun character to play because there were lots of dimensions that that felt true to the original Gertrude, but something more to do as well.